Hello everyone and welcome. Yes, my name is Arrowfire. Welcome to a special video. As you might have seen on my channel yesterday, I tried to do a live stream from the freshly opened, and a pre-opening at the time, Transformers store in Battersea, South London. The stream wasn't exactly of the best quality, signal was a bit touch and go, so today I thought I would do a bit more of a general video, a roundup video of the day's events, because as of today it is open to the general public. You can all go and experience it, and I really encourage you to do so. First off, I want to say a massive thank you to Warren and everyone else involved with the store. I want to say a big thank you to Toys R Us as well, for all of the other influencers that were there, just allowing me to be part of the day and doing a little bit of promoting as best I could. It was really lovely just to be asked, just to be there on what felt like a very special occasion. We actually have our own Transformers store and it's in the UK. This is absolutely fabulous, and it was so nice. Everyone was so friendly. It was just great to be asked. It was great to be there with the likes of Toys R Us, 6.0 and Transformers as well, just enjoying for what felt like a bit of a special occasion. So as I say, I was there all day. I was there from 9 o'clock because they were putting the finishing touches to the store. And what happened towards the end of the day is, some of you may have seen that Toys R Us and 6.0 and Triple Takeover did a giveaway for about 10 tickets each that they could put out to 20 lucky people and some other people that were invited to have a bit of a soft opening, a pre-opening, so people could experience what was there. And whilst we all were putting photos on social media throughout the day, kind of enticing people to come along and try it out, one thing I do want to address straight away, the feedback we all kind of got is, this isn't a toy store and there's no toys. And I do want to kind of draw some light onto that. Let me start by saying there are toys there. There are legacy figures there. They are in situ. There is Legacy. There is Earthspark. There is Transformers 1, among many other things which I'll go into in a minute. But it is not meant to be a toy store. It's not meant to be Smith's Toys, Entertainer, or an Amazon store. This is meant to be things that you can't get. And when I tell you what is there, when I show you some of the photos that I'll put up throughout this video, you'll see what I mean. It's not meant to be a wall-to-wall toy store, because then as soon as you walk in, you'll say, well, I can get this anywhere else. What's special about this store? And that's what they thought of. That's what Warren and the rest of the team thought when they spoke to Hasbro wanting to do this. They wanted to put stuff in there that you could only get from there. So what can I say that was there? Well, there was many items of clothing, some really nice stuff, some very unique stuff that was limited to about 100 issues, copies, items of clothing, whatever you want to call them. There is only a limited amount, very unique to the store, with kind of the Battersea Power Station designs on them as well. And I'll show you one in particular in a minute. What else we had? We had, as I say, there's the toys. There is Legacy, there is Earthspark, there was pens, pen holders, there were loads of mugs to choose from, some really lovely ones as well. There was a trial of the upcoming game that I think is released or is either very soon to be released, the Galactic Trials racing game that was there at the back of the store. Nice little 2-player on an Xbox on the go. That was quite fun to play actually. There was a card game that you play with an iPad, which was really weird. It was quite surreal. You put cards down and the camera on the iPad picks it up. Very Yu-Gi-Oh-like, but when you experience it, it's actually quite fun. How they actually managed to do that is pretty interesting. What else was there? Man, there's just so much plushies all over the place. Optimus, Bumblebee, Megatron. What else was there? There was some lovely books there, manga, Japanese manga comics, going from the gap of the end of the Western G1, if you like, going into the Japanese continuity, going into Victory and all of that kind of stuff, which I'm not too au fait with. So it was really cool seeing that. And you don't always get those. They can be hard to source, and they were there for fair prices. The visual history of Transformers, that's a Jim Sorrison book, so that was there, and you also got a bit of a deluxe version of that in a sleeve with some nice inlays as well. And of course a load of stuff from Skybound, all the individual comics and Void Rivals, as well as the Volume 2 copy that was there. Not only that, but you may have noticed on the thumbnail of the video, there is a special design from Skybound artist Pi Pa, who is an absolutely lovely chap. He's so great to talk to, and he was there all day. He's doing signings, and I think he's going to be there for the opening day to the general public as well. So today and he was there to do part of the unveiling, which was done earlier in the day by a Hasbro executive, and you had Pi's design, to which Warren and the guys in the store were like, we want to have something a bit special, so asked for someone from Skybound if they could recommend an artist who could do a bit of a unique cover to the store, and that leads to the lovely image of Optimus Prime leaving over the towers of Battersea Power Station, and that made it as like a wall-mounted image which was unveiled and then signed by Pi on there, which was great. It was so cool, and he was so lovely to talk to. We hung out with him for a fair bit of the day, and he was doing some lovely little commission work throughout the day for people, which was really nice. There's Pez dispensers. Who doesn't like a Pez dispenser? There was a Bumblebee Stretch Armstrong, which I kept shaking in Sixo's face to watch him react. Funko Pops. If you want them, man, that is the place to go. There is Funko Pops galore there. Not just your usual Optimus and Megatrons, but you had Blaster, Astro Train, Rise of the Beast stuff as well. Blockies were there in spades, wall to wall of Blockies. Man, if you want to get your Blockies from somewhere, from a physical store, then that's the place you go. It was really cool. They had a Blockies rep there as well, so that was really nice. And of course, Roboson were there with all of their wares released to date. And when you see them kind of in unison, two Optimuses, Optimi, two Bumblebee, Bumblemi, and then you have a Megatron. That tank is huge. Seeing it in the flesh, and Optimus's trailer. It's, man, everything there. The Grimlocks working and transforming, and you hear the voice commands. It's so cool when you look at it, and you can easily see things like that going in your collection. Believe me, they're not a gimmick. They're fun. When you see that Megatron tank transform for the first time, Rocky, of course, was there from Roboson. I actually got a chance to speak to Rocky for the first time face to face, so that was really cool for me. Other model kits were there. There is this really massive Optimus Prime that you can build in like a 12-stage set, and Warren and the guys have got some ideas about how to maybe workshop that as the time and months go on. This shop's going to be there for a little while in Battersea, so they kind of want to keep it fresh and give you a reason to come back, and that's all I'll say for now. But do listen to that, and of course follow these guys on Instagram. Do have a look at what they've got coming up and how they're promoting the store, what events and maybe even what guests they have coming in. They're open to feedback, and they want to know how it can be for the die-hard fans, how they can experience it, what they can do to make it a good experience. Warren said as much in his kind of closing speech, if you like. He was so pleased with it. When I look at his face, we all were. Okay, so I did indeed get a nice little goodie bag. A few of us did. So I'll go through some of the things that I got and some things that I bought when I was there as well. So let's go through it one at a time. I didn't really look at this till I got home, but some of the plushies I've got. A little Bumblebee, and there was loads of these. There was much bigger ones there, and yeah, he's cool. He's nice on a little key ring as well, so I can hang him somewhere. He's cool. He's got his nice little ears on the go. Yeah, fun. Nice little Bumblebee. And maybe this is a rabbit hole, I don't know. Funko Pop Optimus Prime. He's pretty cool, actually. He is pretty cool. He's got a nice little small body on the go with the red truck and the big head. And on the back you can see Optimus, Megatron, Astro Train. Astro Train looked quite cool, actually. I'm told by Toys R Us that Astro Train, but particularly Blaster, is quite rare. So I don't know. They have so many. You see people's collections wall to wall of them. There are so many there. If this is your thing, what a place to go and get it. Pins galore. There's so many. I've got a tiny little pin of a Bumblebee, if I try and get that into some kind of focus. But there's so many there, man. And again, got a nice little Decepticon symbol with Megatron as the background of it. There is literally so much stuff. Some really big pins as well that you can put on bags and items of clothing. And it's things like the G1 toy design of Optimus and Megatron. There's a nice one of Rodimus and Galvatron and RC as well. You may have seen this, but we were given this right as we walked in. It was the free comic book day for, what we got here? Energon Universe. It's the prequel, I suppose you'd say, to Skybound. You see how Megatron ends up in the state he's in, and that's all I'm going to say. It's nice. It was a free comic, and it was, yeah, I haven't read this, although I am familiar with it, but how it leads into the Skybound series that's been going on. So quite nice to got that, and yeah, it fills in the gaps for me because I've been reading the Skybound issues. But of course, the image I was talking about, it is the first issue of Skybound, if any of you have read it, but with a limited edition print on it, which is Optimus Prime leaning over Battersea Power Station. Now again, it is the first issue, so if you've read it, you'll know the story. But it is a unique design. Now I will say about this, if I've got this right, there were 2024 issues, 2024, and there is alternative issues, to which I have one as well, of a plain white one, which I had 400 copies of, which should be 40 for the 40 years of Transformers. So 2024 and 400. So that was a nice little touch. Really cool to get these. It's unique. They are limited amounts and they are very specific to the store. So that was really cool just to be able to get a copy of that. It's a little bit of memorabilia to take away with you. And then, of course, Pi, who was there all day, was kind of twiddling his thumbs at one point, getting a bit of the itchy artist finger. And for myself, Russ, Sixo, and Transformers, we all gave a Transformer that we're particularly fond of, and he would do a nice little head sketch drawing. And, of course, you'll know me by now. I've got a nice Razor Claw signed to me from Pi. Thank you very much, Pi. It's nice. It's cool. I'm really pleased with that. And it's definitely Razor Claw. I wish I could just pick up a few pens and pencils and just throw it together like it's nothing. That's really cool. And he did Scorponok for Russ, he did Jetfire for Transformers, and Zaron for Sixo. Even though I could swear blind, it's always been Omega Supreme, and I said as much to him. Thank you, Pi. It was lovely speaking to you. And do go and check him out on Instagram. I'll put that in the description below. Do check out his fantastic work of the stuff he's got coming up. So a couple of other things that I purchased myself. I've got a nice Transformers mug. There was a couple of mugs I could have bought. I went with this one in the end. It's like a, I don't want to say grittier version, but it's like almost fragmented Optimus Prime going to the side of it on a white mug. That's nice. Comes in this nice little box. So yeah, there was a few of these around. They were quite cool. And there were loads of these designs. You get these kind of solid colour background with the more staple characters, Big Six if you want to call it that. And there's a Soundwave coaster, and you get that on the side of the mug. There was Megatron, there was Bumblebee, very nice Grimlock one. Optimus and Bumblebee as well, and Starscream. So yeah, that was really cool. There was quite a load of those, and I reckon they'll be snapped up pretty quick. I mentioned the manga, and I spared no time. I picked up all 3 copies, and they're pretty big, pretty dense. And again, I've never read these. I'm talking to Russ about them. They can be a little hard to source. You can find them, but yeah, you have to read them back to front because they're Japanese. Understood. But there's some nice stuff in there, some nice artwork, and of course it reads in to the story of kind of life after G1 going into the Japanese continuity, and you'll see the headmasters, you'll see the likes of Black Zarak, and you'll see the likes of Starsaber as well. I've said many times Japanese continuity is where I kind of wane on Transformers knowledge a little bit, so this is something that's eluded me, and it's just nice getting the hardback designs. That's really cool. I made sure I made a beeline for those, and they are quite reasonably priced. And my final item of the day was one that I thought would get snapped up quite quick, so I made sure I got my own. A lovely Transformers hoodie, grey hoodie, with the Autobot logo on the front, but of course the design on the back of Optimus on Battersea Power Station. And when I saw that, I'm like, that's made it. That's cool. That's coming with me. As I say, there's limited amount of these, so I do really encourage you to pick it up. But I will say this, just experience it. When you go there, there is a kid in the toy store vibe because there's so much. Just go and talk to fans, talk about things, pick something up. It's a conversation starter. In many ways, it felt like a mini convention in and of itself because you've got the talking points. And if you want toys, there's toys there. If you want clothes, there's clothes there. If you want comics, there's comics there. But there's all these things in one place and many things you don't get anywhere else. So it is so unique in that sense. It's worth going out of your way for. It's very accessible. Victoria train station's nearby. Battersea tube station is incredibly close. And of course, Battersea now is no longer a power station. It's now a glorified mall. So there's plenty of things to see and do there. It's family friendly like you wouldn't believe. There was a nice little kind of ball pit that you can try and get bouncing Optimus and Megatron Bumblebee balls through a cardboard hole. That was quite fun. Nice little bit of fun there. Photo opportunities as well. I've got some image that I put up. You stand in front of effectively a green screen and you get your body and your head superimposed with Transformer images in the background, and that was really fun. It's just fun. There's just things there that you wouldn't find anywhere else, and it was a long day. It was a long day for me, but I wouldn't have changed any minute of it. I enjoyed it so much, And again, just my heartfelt thanks goes out to everyone involved, all the crew that spent countless times stacking shelves, working there, working the tills, running back and forward. And to have representatives from Hasbro there, representatives from Blockies there, artists from Skybound, YouTubers of high profile names, and then recognisable friends and fans from the fandom, from the community. What a hit. What a hit it's been. And it'll be so cool to see it today when it's open for the general public. Do go and check it out. That is my big advice to you all. Take it for what it is. It's so worth it. Okay, well that is my haul, I suppose, from the store. I really can't say anything more about it. It was a great day. Great to hang out with the likes of 6.0, Russ and Soundsformers, and great to talk to Warren and all the other guys involved. It was a big process. They were saying 18 months getting it ready, but they should be really proud of what they've achieved. And again, 40 years and we've got our own shop in the UK. We are so lucky to have that. We cannot count ourselves any luckier. I certainly can't. Just to be asked is nice enough. Just to be asked to attend is nice enough. But go along. Just experience it. That's my advice to you. Just like I said with the Transformers 1 film. Go and enjoy it. It's just so good. Same with this store. It's just fun. Thanks very much for watching. And as always, I will see you on the next one.